evening, or whenever you come across this, and welcome to the Daily Oracle Pool. So today we're going to be getting some cards from the Sacred Destiny Oracle, which is by Denise Lynn. We're going to get a card from the Celtic Spirit Oracle, and this one's by Nicola McIntosh. We are going to get a card from The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein. And we're going to get a card from the Forest Fae, and that one's by Nadia Turner. All right, let's get a prayer over these cards, and then we'll see what we get and read the symbolism together. Great Spirit, thank you so much for a magnificent day. Thank you so much for hearing my prayers and guiding me every step and breath. Please help me to speak as a vessel at your guidance, to say the words and see the story that needs to be spoken for our best and highest good to help us along our path. Please draw anyone into this message that they could use it as a tool in their life to help them forward. Protect everyone who comes across this message, covering them in pentacles of light. What do we need to know today for our best and highest good? Please and thank you. Thank you so very much. Okay, let's do it to it. We're going to start with the Sacred Destiny Oracle to get the main energy out. So we'll shuffle it up, and then we'll read what we get. For our best and highest good, what do we need to know today, Spirit? One more shuffle for our best and highest good. All right, let's see what we get out of this. Whoa, okay. Oh my gosh, whoa, okay. I've never pulled this card from this deck before, or at least Spirit's never compelled this card out. Okay, so first card that we're looking at here is Purity. Whoa, do you see we have one blue eye and one teal eye? And the whole sky is composed of this beautiful white wolf. And then we've got this greenery underneath. So first purity. Then we have courage. Oh my goodness, tumultuous seas crashing against the rocks. A rainbow sky. It almost looks like parchment or lightning behind in there. Like something's been written. And lastly, we're looking at dolphins here. Happiness. This is beautiful. Okay. First and foremost, this purity energy. So much going on in the world. It's like a giant psyop. And a lot of times we think we're choosing things, and it turns out we learn later that we're just choosing from the choices that were given to us. And it can be disheartening. I mean, even down to like, the music we listen to or the clothes we wear. There is a sense of purity that's growing inside of you that is breaking through these molds, where you're seeking out authentic choices, authenticity inside of you, like your cells are burning for it, to burn forth and see with clear blue vision, no matter your eye color. And these clear blue eyes here, it's like you're seeing so clearly, and it's instilling in you the capability to speak to yourself what it is that you feel, where your lines are being drawn, why you're being triggered here, and what does that mean inside of you. To be able to speak these truths not only to yourself but to Spirit. And through this speaking to Spirit and this comfortability of speaking with Spirit, God, your deities, whoever it is that you connect with, your oversoul, It's drawing a divine sense of purity inside of you, a shedding away of the old, and a learning of what is coming out. It's propelling you to take actions in the world, little things here and there, like almost like domino effects. And one day you wake up and you have a whole new life, a whole new thought process. So many things changing around you. It takes the courage to really go through these steps and really challenge our thoughts, to not just parrot and mimic what we've been hearing all around us all the time, to actually have critical thought and really learn. And the courage to do that, it's vast, it's big, it's tumultuous. These waves that are crashing all around, to have these independent thoughts and to be able to speak them out inside of ourselves, which then leads to the actions that we take and the lives that we start creating. It takes a lot of courage to do that. Sometimes it means that we're going against family. Sometimes it means that we're going against friends and, deep ties with people who have been in our lives for, 15, 20 years, 2 years, any amount of time too, because time is it's a funny thing. It's a slippery slope. It's, it's really hard to keep track of, especially since it's a concurrent thing. But I mean, like when you're having fun, right? It seems to slip away so fast. And then when you're in the thick of the deepest, hardest emotions to go through, sometimes that minute can feel like days. It is just so much to bear that it just feels like it just lasts and lasts and lasts. So time is a funny thing, right? But you are gaining this purity. It's like a cloak. It's a cloak of honor through going to have the courage to ask these difficult questions. And I do see it's almost like lightning strikes in the sky, or almost like the veins on your heart, or almost like a crinkled piece of old parchment, like the Declaration of Independence. That these things, they're written, but we are rewriting history at every moment. You can pray about things that came before, and when you take the time to hold that space and really put your love and your energy into it, it will affect the outcome in a different way. It is a fascinating thing, this co-creation with universe. All of this, a myriad possibilities existing at one time. Just a thought process that would change, millions of things. It gets really kind of hard to quantify, and I don't really think that we are capable of doing it. We only kind of get like a feel for it, right? But these things that are written, we are rewriting them, and it's bringing us a much better sense of happiness. It takes time to go through this process, though. It takes a great deal to come to a sense of like peace and ease, to not have such like negative, combative thoughts about who we are, what we've done, what we've gone through. Because, we all spend time being the bad guy. We all spend time learning and growing, the bad guy. A lot of the times when I think back to when I've ever been rude, because I really dislike rude people. I really dislike them. But I mean, it's societal, and it depends on where you grew up and where you are, and so what you might think is rude, someone else doesn't. And sometimes we think it's rude when someone challenges our thoughts even, or they make us feel a way about something, right? But like when I think back to like when I was genuinely rude, it was like an accidental thing. I just had no idea what I was doing in life. Like one time this girl drove me like 2.5 hours home from college, and I never gave her any gas money, and I never even thought about it because I was an idiot. I was just an idiot. I still think about that, right? And I laugh at myself now, and yeah, man, Shane Foy sister, if you ever hear this, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't really know better, and I feel like an idiot. But that was really rude, and I just didn't really seem to know better. But that's what I'm saying. We're doing the best that we can with what we know, and we are growing from this. We're rewriting history, especially when we take the courage to, don this this growing sense of the shedding of that which no longer serves us. And it starts to, what comes through is this white purity, like a fur that we are actually wearing as a cloak around us. That's kind of slippery. That's kind of, I don't mean it that like it's a cloak that we just like decide to put on or something. It's more like it's actual fur growing out of us, right? And in the sense that we are growing in this ability to connect with spirit. And since our hair really is such a sensitive, spidey sense for that, that's a better way to say it. It is, I mean, like, not, like most people don't grow fur everywhere. Some people do. It's really rare though. But this is more of a natural, and obviously it's a metaphorical thing that I'm saying. But this purity it's growing out of you, out of your skin, and through your mind, and through the things that you come across and really challenge and take the courage to do that, to know who you are, to know thyself. The oracles at Delphi. And yeah, all right. So this two-tone energy also, it's like first we've got this darker blue coming into this like really teal clear blue. It's more and more clarity that's coming, and it's like it's dealing with like the left hemisphere of the brain and the right hemisphere of the brain, the critical thinking, and then also like the scientific, the mathematical side of things, as opposed to like the artistic and the feeling side of things and the emotions therein. And in the convergence of it, we have this sacred pineal gland that it's like the brain was created to wrap around this, this, is it the eye? It is the eye of Horus. Juicy. And you know what? These are not easy things that we're going through, but they are worthy things to go through. And they are things that add great depth and great fulfillment. That's the word. Great depth and fulfillment into our lives, to know the reasons why you do a thing, and to keep making those decisions every day and knowing why we do those things. And then when we come across something that's like you stub your toe and it's like, wait a second, why am I doing this? And then you realize, hey, there's something that I missed here, and now I can add this new bit of information in. This is the cycles that we're working with right now. And it's the more you do this, the easier it becomes. Easier. Right? But it's bringing you a sense of happiness, and it's like small wins here and there, small box checking here and there, and always coming back and like, proofreading again. And checking it out and being like, okay, that's right. This is how this is working. Okay, now I can drop that away. I don't have to be so hard on myself about that. It brings a lot more sun into our life after all of that stormy courage that we're going through. But in that stormy courage that you are going through to ask these questions, it is lighting up every chakra inside of your body, and it is bringing through deep emotions that are at a conflict inside of you. And sometimes this happens through tower moments in our life, things that's like, someone pulled the rug right out from under you. Sometimes it happens because we either separate from someone that we love so dearly, and we thought forever they would be a part of our life, either in just a parting of ways, or just, like through death, through so many different aspects that we're learning. Sometimes it's like through loss of a sacred loved one. It's sometimes, like the breakup of a marriage or a friendship. Sometimes, where we lose a job or a mode of being, or we lose an income, and it's like, it's a trial. It is a trial. What it is a challenge. I always aim to use that word challenge before I say struggle. Sometimes I still use the word struggle. And sometimes it really feels like a struggle. But when you insert the word challenge, now it takes on a whole new meaning. It's like more exciting. It's like it's more of a puzzle. It's more of something that can be quantified and that there could be a solution at hand. There's not a solution for everything, and sometimes we just have to really give it to God a lot of the times, because what we really have control over is our thoughts and our breathing and our breath, our spiritus. So keep rolling with this, just one step at a time. Baby steps here, baby steps there, leaps here, a couple steps back again, climbing up the stairs, going down the slide, all of the ins and the outs and the turns and the tunnels and all of it. The tree climbing. We are here for a reason. You are uniquely, sacredly special. You're the only person who has lived what you've lived. You're the only person who has your view, your talents, your penchant for your personality and the way that you live and choose to be. And we need you. We need you. We're all here for a reason. And I think when that time is up, we've served the purpose. We've added the energy to the whole matrix of life, to the whole collective of everything. And then it's time to move on to the next journey, because nothing ever really dies. This energy, it never goes away. It's always something that we're a part of and creating. It's like light bursting forth. But when things change, man, we learn new ways to be. So many challenges, right? Look at that sun shining down on you, though. And we've got, I've got that twinning energy in here too, with these two dolphins. And then we've got this water that they're now, jumping and playing in. It's purple and orange. It's like sacred energy. It's wisdom energy. It's like your emotions are so sacredly informed. But it's not only that, you've got these like reddy oranges down here. You're also being informed from this very physical place where you are. Sometimes that's it's like therein lies the problem, or the conundrum, the challenge. This mixing of this spiritualness with this realness, like how are we going to pay rent? And then at the same time, like knowing that we are so much vaster than this physical skin that we are inside of. And when I even say knowing, we have no idea even. And I think if we did, we'd be more powerful than any atomic bomb that was ever created. I think a lot of times, that's where a lot of that whole elite thing comes into play. There's always something to pay attention to, and that's why our most precious asset is our attention. All right. You have this. Just take it one step at a time. Be informed by your emotions. Take a deep breath and know that it is okay to feel happiness and be in the sun. Speaking of which, it started to feel like spring today, and that's amazing. All right. Hey, let's get a Celtic Spirit Oracle card to help guide us on this growing purity. Oh, you know what, too? One other thing I forgot to mention about this purity card, that this purity will take root even faster inside of you and grow stronger inside of you when you make a daily practice of getting yourself outside, no matter the weather. But when the weather gets good, go out there barefoot. Really interact with the earth and take in the beauty of nature and all of the animals out there that are there to, man, there's so much for us to learn from animals. It's amazing. Yeah, wolf energy too. They always say lone wolf, and we do all have a bit of that lone wolf energy inside of us, such sacred energy. But, they're pack animals, and we are too. And it's a beautiful thing. Everyone is so connected. Everyone is so connected. Oh, and you know what, too? Now that we're talking about the wolf thing, the Women Who Run with the Wolves, I recommend you read it. I really recommend you read it. I actually, I had a dream about it, which is why I ended up narrating it online. And it really changed my life, and I'm so thankful for it. Women Who Run with the Wolves, absolutely. And if you don't want to read it, you can check it out on one of my playlists on my page. Okay, so Celtic spirit. Which Celtic spirit would like to help guide us through this purity and to give us the courage to ask the questions, to know thyself, and to dance in the sun and play with the dolphins? Please and thank you for our best and highest good. All right. What do we need? What spirit? Celtic spirit. Could we work with spirit? Let's ask the questions. Ooh, here we go. All right. I always struggle to pronounce this one, but this is just amazing. This is basically like the maiden, and the crone energy. 16 for 7, trust in the unseen, trust in spirit. Dude, this is a theme. All right, so Ceridwen. I probably butchered that, but here we are. Oh, the wheat and the staff. Whoa. Green, more grounding energy. A melding of this wisdom inside. Taking into account all points of view that we've beheld and witnessed. And not, not necessarily always in like this grand thinking way, which that is grand. Thinking is grand. But in a knowing, intuitive way. We're really relying on spirit and asking spirit to help us understand what those intuitions are. Wow, yeah, I think that you're probably a lot more sensitive to this than you know. Do you know how it takes, what is it, almost a full year for wheat to grow? It's insane, the patience to actually be a part of the growing of wheat. It's also a sign for great abundance. And then we also have this sickle behind her. All of the phases of the moon in representation here. Celtic knots in a circle. The cycles of life. Dude, you are exactly where you're meant to be. Transformation, knowledge, and magic. Boom. I forgot to read those words. I was just really into the symbolism. Dang. Okay. So it might be a good idea for you to work with your hands, and it might be a good idea for you to look into some alchemy and what that means for you. She's stirring this pot here. Is that metaphorical for you, or is it time to get in the kitchen and make some tinctures, or make some dinner, or concentrate on how we're nourishing ourselves in more ways than one? Because we've got this third eye right here that has got the moon on it, and it is so strong. Plus her eyes are so big. What she sees so much. Almost two drops here. It's maybe they're tears. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just shading, but it's giving me that tear energy. It's like one eye that is just so deeply connected with that emotion. And then the other eye, almost wider, connecting with the more reality of the matrix, the balance of those two hemispheres of the brain again. Braiding in her hair, the weaving together. So intentional. You're transforming as you make these questions, as you ask these questions, as you honestly answer yourself. Because it doesn't matter what you say to the world. It's what you say to yourself and what you say to spirit. That's what really makes the difference. All right, get yourself outside. Okay, you know what? We're going to read about this from here, because there is so much witchy magic with you. Juicy, right? Earth magic. 16. Ooh, this book is so beautiful. I haven't pulled this deck out in a while. Okay. Ceridwen. Transformation, knowledge, magic. Ceridwen is known as a shape-shifting underworld goddess. She is said to stir her cauldron, making her herbal, magical brews. Legend tells of Gwaine, a boy left in charge to stir the cauldron's potion, who accidentally splashed it. He sucked the 3 drops off his thumb, and from this potion, he was bestowed knowledge, magic, and the goddess's shape-shifting skills. Shape-shifting, that is the perfect way to describe what these first 3 messages came out of the Sacred Destiny. Okay, so I like that word. Okay, so the goddess, okay, and the goddess's shape-shifting skills. Ceridwen was angry and chased Gwaine. They both shapeshifted into many a manner of animals to escape until eventually Gwaine was eaten by Ceridwen. But his life force merged with hers, and she became pregnant with his essence. Ceridwen could not bear to keep him, but he was a beautiful child, so she bundled him off and set him upon the water, where he was later found and adopted. It is said that he grew up to be the famous Taliesin. On drawing the Ceridwen card, a transformation is likely if you are not already beginning one. First, it is necessary to gather all the correct ingredients and place them in the mixing pot, being careful to ensure everything is placed in at the correct time, which may mean certain astrological points in time also. Transformation can be welcomed and sometimes not, but one thing remains certain: you will not be the same afterwards. And this is usually a good thing, no matter how you might perceive it at the time. Just as the story on shapeshifting goes, so too is it important to shapeshift or be adaptable to every different situation. What in your life can you apply this to? Where do you need to adopt or adapt to a different way of being? Look at each situation and decide what qualities you need most to navigate your way through. It's about thinking and doing differently in order to obtain a different outcome than normal. What magic will you put into the cauldron? Ceridwen is also known as the moon goddess, another significant sign of cycles and change. Everything is in a state of flux. The only constant in life is change. A time to roll with the flow, look at yourself and your life, and see what needs to change, needs to move, needs to grow. Let it in. Don't resist. This is the gift of change. What are you ready to create? Woo! All right, dudes. Ceridwen, thank you so much, Spirit. All right, let's get a card from Nadia Turner from the Forest Fae. What Forest Fae energy could help us with this shape-shifting and transformation, really confronting our inner selves? Boom. The Green Maid? Mated in Crone? What? That child inside. Ooh, okay. The Green Fae speak to you. Let them guide you to safety. Dudes. This outside energy, this whole outside. Did I show you Ceridwen? Did I ever show you her? I just want to make sure I did. I don't remember. I was like overwhelmed by it. But look at that. It's like the Green Man or the Green Lady. Even, the mask. Whoa. Okay, so the Green Maid, spring energy, new buds of life. This is really calling in that earthing energy, that grounding energy. Miraculous things can happen when you dedicate small amounts of time every day to getting some grounding outside. Even if you just stand outside on the earth and look up at the sun and set your whole rhythm for every day, your circadian rhythm, Just the green face speak to you. So you really do have a strong connection to spirit, stronger than you know. Let them guide you to safety. Dude, let them guide you to safety. Ask the questions. Get yourself outside. It's like this card is almost all green, but then it's like these browns and reds here. So it is the heart, the sacred heart space energy through the rooting energy of the earth. She's got like these brown red vines that are coming down her hair over here, off of her brow, on her cheeks, at the top of her head. It's like the rooting coming right through you and wrapping around you and cradling you. The Green Maid. Wonderful. Thank you so much. That's gorgeous. Do some grounding. You might look into some Celtic history, some Celtic traditions too, just even Celtic folklore. It's juicy. It's also juicy. All right, y'all. Let's get one last message from the universe. Has your back. One last message for this day, for the transformation of what we're going through, the grounding, the big questions, the knowing of thyself. What do we need to know for the last message of the day? Please and thank you for our best and highest good. Whoa, transformation, right? One more. All right. Last message of the day. Oh my gosh, the eye. That pineal gland. Okay. Wisdom, look at that. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. Wow, right? I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. Look at that eye. An eye of wisdom. It's like the dark, deep blue and black, almost a spiral in the pupil there. We've got the stark white purity. And we got the lashes that are coming out too with that black and deep navy blue into the purples, into the pinks. So into the purples of wisdom, into the pinks of heart, into the reds of the rooting of our first chakra, out into the yellow of our third power chakra, and the oranges of creativity. All of this melding together to help us see through the eyes of love. All the things for, it's like praying for the devil. It's like praying for the people that we feel have hurt us the most, and genuinely looking at them through a lens of love, knowing that they are worthy of that same love that you are, and feeling it. It's a big step, right? We don't need to hold on to those shadows. This is really powerful, right? I've seen this card before and it made me cringe inside. I'm really thankful that wasn't my response right now. Like, one step at a time for all of us. I'll hold it up one last time. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. Gorgeous. All right, so I got out the book of answers. If you have any burning questions, go ahead and formulate them. You're welcome to pause and get your question ready, and I'll open to a page in the book of answers. All right. What's the answer? What's the answer that will help? It is a good time to make a new plan. Let's do one more. No, we got to do two more. I like that 3 number for some, well, my whole life, right? They followed me. Second question. What's the best answer for this second question for the collective spirit? Help guide them. All right, here it comes. Realize that too many choices can be as difficult as too few. Oh man, that's wise. Realize that too many choices can be as difficult as too few. Man, dropping away the clutter, right? Third and last question to end out the day. What answer from the Book of Answers could help us for this third question? All right, let's see here. This time I'm going to feel it out like this. There it is. All right. Question 3's answer is, you'll need to consider other ways. You'll need to consider other ways. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I appreciate you so dearly. I believe in you. I believe in humankind. But more importantly, I encourage you to believe in yourself. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm so thankful and grateful about that every day. I thank you to my friends and my family. I thank you to YouTube and StreamYard. And above all, thank you so much to Goddess. Thank you to the spirits and guides that are helping us every moment of our life. And I will see you tomorrow. Mwah. Take care of yourselves. Thank you so much.